All right, all right. Let's see if we got some going on again. All right, so I did make one change in the time in between. And let's go and show it. I'm still booting up my... Should have booted it up when I was doing other stuff, but yeah, forget about it. Might... This? This then? Trying to get into my... What? How do you mean this is... Password is incorrect? I literally logged in like last time. Ah, okay. Typo, I think. Let's see. Think I can find it. Let's test if the audio is good. I don't think you hear my Spotify, do you? Yes, okay, now you do, clearly. Alright, is that good? I think this is fine. Cool. So now we're able to continue. Let's... Alright, so last time we left off with the test that was not working. Though I did still check what was going on. And what I just didn't do, what would make this test work, is we didn't create the channel buffered. So what I did is I made the subscriber buffered, so the message could actually be in there. And then it would read. So if we now do make test, you would see it would succeed without a problem. So that's good that we got that working, I would say. I think today's not going to be all too long, because I have a couple other things I still have to figure out. So yeah. That being said, we could do something. The only problem is as follows. It's cool that this would work, maybe. Well, it does work because the test completed. But the problem now with the bus is yeah. How do we hook that up to like an event system? Yeah, so we could make a we create a bus. We have all those things, but we cannot really do an on. Yeah, you are a subscriber, but then you have the bus action, but you cannot filter it down. So this is not really the whole end goal here. So I have to figure out how we are gonna do that. Okay, so the idea is gonna be as follows. Let's just write it here for now. Wait, we can do it here. Funk example bus. How do I want to do it? So you do bus. It's gonna be now we got a new bus function. So bus dot make and a new bus. New bus, right? Okay, so now we get the bus instance. And then I want to have things to be listed on. So you do like a bus, and then I want to do something like an on instead of a subscribe. And we're gonna listen to an action. So we're gonna have this as like a bus action. Okay, we already have the bus action. Bus that dot bus. I thought you could do like. Oh yeah, okay. We cannot dot it, of course, because it's not an official enum. Okay, so it will be bus create. Oh, that okay. That collides conflicts with the bus package, obviously. So let's call it event then, and then that will work. So we do like this. Okay, so you do create, and at that point you also want to have filter options that you could leave empty, right? So let's just start making a rewrite of this one. So you're gonna have the B that's gonna be pointing to the bus, and you want to listen to something. So we call it on. We kick it off with the action again. That's fine. Bus action. And then here we want some filtering. So let's just first do it like this. And then we create a subscriber. And then for now, we do it just like this. So we don't have errors. But how can we make optional things and have a somewhat clean code? Well, this happens when you do the bus create. You wanna maybe you put in here the callback function. So do like here the function, and then you have here a bus.filter option, and you keep that empty by default. Or we just got to literally bus filter. I think that would be clean though. Right? Or not? I'm really considering here how I want it to look like my buzz. And I might make it a separate package and just publish it because I needed this in another project, simple small Go project, and I want some event driven stuff. Let me just separate this off to a separate package so I can include it in my own. So I can include it in all my own projects. I think that would be pretty nice. But now is the question. How is that filter also going to look like? Not that it's a problem for now, but eventually it will become a problem. Okay, I think we're going to do it like this, yeah. Yeah, we're just going for this. So this will be the function, that will be the filter. That means we're going to put in here the callback. Or the... Do we call it listener? No, the... let's just call it callback. And then it's going to be a func. And then here we're going to put in the filters. That's going to be a filter. That means we need to add a little filter on the top of here. Filter. And then how we're going to do that is a problem for later. Okay. So we could make a thing here. And I actually want to lock immediately. And defer immediately. So that's taken care of. Then we make the buffer channel. And then we do this. But this is not. No, this is wrong because the subscriber is just a channel. So if you do an on, you actually want to run subscriber and then read from it in Go routine, right? I'm missing here something. That's still why I'm still learning Go. Sometimes I'm missing those architectural things. Yeah, because here you want to do something like, you can say table, and you recognize that, and then you put in something here, for example, users. Then it only listens to, so if you have a create record on whatever table you have, it won't be fired. You can easily filter out those things. And if you keep it empty, every create will be fired. Okay, so yes. And this should return something like a, let's call it create handler. This is how we want it. So this should subscribe. When it gets a message in the subscribe, like we do here, we should fire off the callback. All right, so we're doing something wrong here. And then we return a handler. All right, let's just drop this here. No, actually, let's keep it. And then we make, for now, a handler. And I make it a struct for now. But it's not what we're going to use in the end. It's more that we have something to return, a placeholder. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, we return here the handler. This will do the subscribe. Okay, so this is going to be the subscriber. Right? And that's going to be then the b dot subscribe to the action. And then we do the for loop. Yeah, then we do the for loop. So we could just select it. Like do this. And then we get a subscription back. That would be better. And this is not going to be anything. So we, for now, just do a S log here. And say, do they have a warrant? Yeah. Timed out. Timed out for now. And then we just drop in a handler. A handler hub. And we secretly should get something like a maybe we could do it in here, new server, and then add for now like a debug. Oh, that's a TCP server. We should maybe want to get in here like a dev server for like a web server that we could do calls on to actually see this stuff. It's nice. We could do a test code, but it would be nice also be able to live test things. In my opinion. I think that would be cool. If we add that. Just a simple web server that we could make some API calls on, and then we could check if it also works there. It's nice code testing, and it ensures the quality of your code that things work according to the book, but running the actual server and then do it by hand and do some funky stuff is, in my opinion, also a good way. That's why we still have QA tests in this world, right? I'm quickly checking something because I needed something. Cool. I found it. Anyway. Okay, for now we do. And then you do like create handler dot stop. Would that be nice? Okay, so that would mean that we have the function here that's called H and then a pointer to the handler, and then we say stop. A stop is just an alias. You go to the e.b dot unsubscribe, I guess. And then to do that operation, right? Something like this. So that means this needs to have the B. This needs to have the B dot, and that's a buzz, a pointer to a buzz. That means here we're going to add the buzz. Does it work like this here? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so that makes this code. Yeah, okay, so that means we have to make a unsubscribe function. Right? Yeah. Let's see. Let's just test it if we can do it with AI, just for fun purposes. Does that work? No, okay. So we have to do it ourselves. Cool. Thunk is a point to the bus. And then we say unsubscribe. I do think we need to add some IDs in here. Because you can have multiple subscribers or like events on the same action but with different filters. So if they're all the same key, you would delete everything, I assume. So let's say we create here and we're gonna move this as well here. A sub key. That's going to be, let's just do FMT because I like that. Make it readable. ID dot action for now. So we already have the action. And then we just put in a ID and we have, was it GUID? Yes, GUID. How was it? Or was it? Which one did we have? GUID? Exit, that was it. Sorry. Exit. New dot string. Oh, let's go. And then we could make this. Yeah, okay, so this is just gonna be, instead of an action, it's just gonna be a string then. And then we are able to, yeah, okay, a string. And this is going to be a string. Oh, wait. Yeah, I see what we're now gonna run into. So we need to make a mapping then. Or if you have the buzz. No, because you're not getting the subscriber. We should push in the subscriber here. Subscription we should put in there. And then get in a subscriber. And I think this should be also a go routine. How do we do that again? I have the feeling I'm missing some syntax here. I think it's normally wrapped. Quickly Googling it. I don't have my thingy open. No, I do have it right. Okay, so we make the subscription. We use the subscription in Go routine so it keeps running. And then obviously if we received something, we should call back it with that. Meaning this will get a string. And this one has that's a string. Cool. Yeah, okay, so the publishes over the action that is published to. But that should be a subscriber map that points which subscriber is pointed to which action. It also has to be an array. Because you put in the action and then all the the sub keys that are in there. So I do not think we can run down with duplicate keys. So that's fine. I think this should be it. Let's actually do this so we could see what's going on. Yeah, okay. Quickly fix this. Right? Yeah, that's the one. Let's reduce some errors here so we can have a little bit of better overview of what's going on. Did you look like this? Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. I get here some mirrors. Yeah, okay, sure. I kind of want to also return the sub key though, but okay, so we need to range in subscribers everything that is within the B subscriber map and then the bus, no, the action, right? Yeah, but that's also a list. Because this contains all the subscriber keys. Yeah, so this, wait. This is this. Then we have the subscriber key. Sub key. So now we need to get the sub. So the sub would be then the be the that will be something like this. And this is not going to be an array then anymore because the keys are unique. So that's going to be it. Okay, yes. Okay, so that's going to be this. And then when you subscribe, it's already the subscriber because we're mapping them like this. And that should fix the errors. Yeah, this is... There you go. And the tests still fucking work. Let's go. That was a proper refactor of the logic, I think. Well, we only have one test, but amazing. We still need to test other features. And we need to complete the unsubscribe. So when we're going to unsubscribe, we're going to read lock. No, we're going to lock it all. And then we defer the unlock. It's called by the stop function, right? Yeah, oh, well, that should be called by the stop function. Actually, I want to call it cancel. Oh, I still got some drink. Nice. Okay, so then we have the subscription. We cannot remove the subscription with that. Because it has to be done off the key. Yeah, we don't have the key. Okay, anyway, let's first do this one. I think it's just as easy as like this, right? The map is going to be b dot subscribers. Fuck. I'm missing how to make the unsubscribe. Yeah, so we, yeah, I do think we always need the sub key. So I think we should just add it here. Gonna be a string, and in that case, here you got the sub key, bro. And when you go in here, you can do it like this. In case you don't need it, but we do need it here, so we go to grab it. And I think if we pass that along, we should be able to call that as it. Oh, we should have actually made the subscriber that you get back a struct within there, the channel, or call it flow or something. Because then when you call, you can return the subscription and then have a unsubscribe on that one. And then because you can put the key within the subscription struct, you already know what the key is. So you don't have to push it along. Because I do think we now have to push it along in the unsubscribe function. What's kind of nasty, if you ask me. But it is a fix for now, and then we can do a comment. Let's put it here. To do make a subscription that contains the subscriber and sub key. Put the unsub function on there so we can easily unsub without passing the key to the unsub to the current unsub function. That's something we want. What we now have to do is when you call unsubscribe, we need to pass the key. And then we also need to store that key. So that's going to be like this. So that's fine. Then you call the cancel function. And the cancel function will just go to the bus that we then also need to pass. Because we need to have this current instance of this bus to actually call that. So, what is the subscription I'm doing? In the handler. We don't need that, right? No. So it's like this, buzz and key. Where's the handler? Oh, there. There we go. And then we have this. Good. That's what we solved. And then we could actually go ahead and write the sub function. So we, okay, so let's see. Where is the function? Oh, here. So what do we need to do? Okay, we have the key. So if we have that key, we have to remove it from the mapping. I think. We do need to remove it from here, and this key is this, but then we do need to know the bus action. Do you want to reverse this map? It does eat up a lot of memory, but I'm not sure if we have a simpler way to do so. I am not sure. Because what you then need to do is grab the bus action based on the key. That allows us to grab this map. Then we could edit this map and then update this array to remove that one key. So that we could remove from there. And then this is easy. I think that's the only way we could go about this, right? That means we need to have a subscriber map reversed. No, by key. And that means you have to grab this, and then it's going to be this, right? By key, so that's gonna be then no sub key, yeah. That's gonna be the action. Okay, cool. That means now we could grab the action by going into the map by key, and we know the key, so we do this. That means we now have the action. And that means we could get all the subscriptions, right? I need to update that array. That's fucked. So in the end, we at least need to do like a delete on this one. Right? Oh, is it like yeah, with map and a key. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be this, and then we have another one. That's then the subscribers themselves. Does this return actually something? No, it's just a void. Okay, cool. All right. So now we just need to do that looping, update those arrays, and then we should have it. But how? I'm also not sure. Do we need to like our channel's just fine? We do want to make some safe code, so we technically should check if the key is in there. Whatever. So that means if you want the subs, the subscriptions, we need to go to this, and then based on the action. Oh, action. Cool. Now we're a step closer. Not sure though. I'm not really sure how to go about this yet. I'm just gonna give it a quick Firefoxy, and then I could actually share my screen, I think. Oop. Yeah, it's just with integers. It's way easier because the int you can just do some length and check the count and whatever. But we're going off elements of whatever. Ah, here. Oh, there's just slices delete letters, and then there's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? This prints A and E, so that means you remove this, or you're just keeping those. Oh, that will do. So that would mean that, and then this is going to be the new map. Okay, so that would mean that this is going to be slices dot, what was it, delete function, and then that is going to be the map again. So in that case, it will be subs. And then the delete, oh yeah, you don't see the switch, obviously. Okay. So this, and then this is going to be that function that we were talking about. So that's going to be the function with the blurb. Okay. And then if you return true, I assume you remove it. So that's going to be func. Right? Yeah, right. Let's do this. This is going to be a bool. And this is going to be a string. I mean, let's see. Subkey string. Right? And then here you return if the sub key equals the key that we got. I think this will do it. So here we grab all the indexes. Here we remove one. Here we remove the other ones. And I think subscribers. Wait. Yeah, this one. So I think you could do something like if fuck, how does it work again? You could check if the key was there. I'm not writing it often enough to remember those things. And I think you can also close channels. I think we should do that by cleaning up things. And after that, we should write the test. And then I think the bus is pretty fine for now. Yeah, I still need to implement the filter, but that's going to be a later stadium for now. Could actually do it like this. The filters itself should be the whole system itself. Well, system. Especially if you want to reuse this bus, you should be easily able to create them somehow without editing the package, obviously. What is within Vox would be not a problem, but if you want to reuse it, it would be a problem. So, let's see. Let's actually do an if. Yeah, okay, so that you would get, yes, okay, so that's possible what I meant. Okay, what you could do, in this case, we could do, like, if, because this is gonna be in action, but we really use this one, so we know it exists, so it's only for this one, then. So what we do is if and then you get the subscription, and you get the okay. I'm looking at some docs examples. You could do like be subscribers, and then drop the key in there. And then you could say like okay. So if it is okay, it exists, then we could close the channel. And we could delete the subscriber. This should be it. This should be it. So here we grab the subscriber map based on the action that we reversed from the by key map. So we pass in the key gives us the action. Then we get the array with all the IDs that are listening to it. And then we will use the slices to remove it from there. Then we remove the by key map because that's an easy one. And here we check if the subscriber actually exists, so we could safely close the sub because that will probably throw an error elsewise. Maybe this one as well, but whatever. And then we delete the key. Actually, let's just make this as well. Let's do it like this. We don't need this one here. We don't need this one here. We do need this one here. And then we safely do the delete. Even though we already grabbed it here, but whatever. Let's do a safe-ish delete. This didn't break anything? Cool. That means I think we should be good to add some... Oh, hello? Oh, yeah, true. Because you're getting a key. Oop. Add some extra test cases to this. I think. Now's the question, how are we going? What kind of test are we going to make? What could we do? Maybe we could do one with multiple subscriptions that are listening and see if they are all receiving. Cool. That would look a little bit better than format sending it. We could test the unsubscribe, the cancel, and obviously see. Yeah, let's do that. So test multiple subscriptions. Test multiple subscriptions. Okay, so that means we need to get 2 subs out there. Let's just shorthand it to sub 1. And we want sub 2. Boop. Okay, then we send the message. Yeah, message. And then we publish that message. Let's also shorten it down. That's clean. I like that. Okay, so then we want to do this twice, but maybe we could do it with let's just copy and paste it. Sub 1. Sub 2. Actually, we could also test what's in this. What happens now? Let's just see. It did work though. Apparently. Oh, this doesn't. Oh my god, I was so excited, but this doesn't test the bus. Fuck. That was dumb. That was really, really, really dumb. Please. Yes, okay. Basic test subscription also filled? Wow, what? Okay. I do not have energy to fix this all right now. So we should really dive this into a separate thing. Is that not made? Okay, wait. What is the format there? Let's see what now happens. Okay. I did have energy to fix that. Wait, multiple is also actually succeeding? Wow. Wait, let's do something else. We could check if the received payload table equals that. So that's gonna be an assert equal. And then what was the format? Expected and actual. So we expect to be users, and actual is that dot payload table. That will be bytes, but I think it could be fine. Let's see. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, okay, because it's actually giving bytes back. So I think just wrap it in string. Yep. Okay, we could add that. That's cool. And let's do the test one. Test. Users have some posts. So we switch it up here a bit. Let's make this post. And then we do it. And I think that the timeout should be significantly lower. So let's just make this a constant. That's possible. Default timeout is, let's say, 750 multiplied by time dot millisecond. And then we replace this with that. That works, I guess. Test. Cool. Okay. We've got them in the pocket. Apparently the subscriptions all seem to work. We do have that new feature of unsubscribing and stopping a handler. So let's do now a, let's just also call this test subscription. Test subscribe. No, test subscription. Yeah, but if you test a subscription, that's a full subscription. So it should be both. Ja, ik ben Nederlands, inderdaad. Dat klopt helemaal. Ik weet het. Ik heb niet het beste Engels. Je mag het zeggen. So let's just include the unsubscribing feature here as well, because we're testing the full subscription. And then this is, yeah, we should do it here as well. Okay, let's just make it separate. Okay. Yes. I'll just grab, let's also refactor this to look a little bit like the other one. Unsubscribe. Actually, we could do this. Oh, we could reuse this. I think it would be dope. Can we one-line this? Or is that looking horrible? That's looking horrible. So we could make a helper function for this later down the line if we have more features in there. We could do something like function and then get message and then put it in like some parameters to switch this and whatever around we have in there. So we are not occupying like soon maybe then. What would it be? There's already 4 lines. Actually 5. So 10 lines or something if we have more properties in the message. And then we could just fill them easily and reuse that. But that's not needed for now. Anyway, we create a new bus. We create a subscription. Then we do an unsubscribe. But it doesn't clear the channel, does it? Yeah, it does, because it closes the channels. Yeah, so the buffer is also gone. Cool. Bus that unsubscribe, and then we could actually use this key as well. Like this. And then we publish this message, and then it should time out. So, if we do it, this should assert nil, and then assert dot. No, just keep it empty, I think. Okay. I really want to work also on my gaming community for today. So I might finish this one, this test. Then we only need to check the handlers and the on things later down the line. To do check dot on and canceling handler. And I might be actually streaming the upcoming stuff. Because I have a little gaming community with a Discord. Me and my brothers practically started it. They got a gaming computer for the first time. They joined. My other brother joined. My girlfriend joined. And then people started rolling in. We reached about 100 people now. Got our own GG domain, voxels.gg. Website actually looks pretty decent, but I want to make some clean code. So I want to refactor the front end so I could start rolling in some features. Especially the Discord features, because we have got some Pokemon bot, own written, a Pokemon casino. Just for fun, it's completely free, it's not gambling. And we got some counting channels, but I want to create leaderboards and all that good stuff. So I might finish this and then come back in like an hour streaming that shit as well, because that would be cool. I might just also hop on Discord and just chill there. If you want to join our Discord, please have a look. Join us. You can find me there as well. There's enough tech people joining. I might make a little techie channel. Voxels.gg. Look it up, and you'll be able to find me there. And we could have a chat. How is it able to still publish that message? If this just reaches, can I then just say... That doesn't work like this then? Yeah, okay. Received message. Received a message after unsubscribe. So let's just do that then, and then we get that. Yeah. Okay, so we unsubscribe based off the key that we already got, and I should remove everything and close that. Then we make the message and we publish it. And they're all locked, so this operation should not be able to... Wait, actually, we could test that. Print line. Publish. Let's actually place it after the lock, so that would be a little bit better representation, right? Okay, so like this, right? And then we do it with go test dot slash bus. Publish just run before the unsubscribe. Oh wait, we're testing obviously everything. I think this is the first. Let's actually see how we can. Can we just test this one? Will that work? Yes, that works. Okay, but how does it work here? But when I run this, it doesn't work. I'm confused. This is going to be something for later. I think we already had an hour of stream, right? That's always my minimum goal if I could. Yes, an hour and 8 minutes. Pretty nice. We came quite a bit. Next time, we fix the bus, or I fix it in my private time. Show it you guys next time. Let's just do a git add. Git commit -m. Updates stream 3. There we go. So next time we could try to fix this and see if everything gets working, and then yeah, we got the bus done. I think the next thing is going to be something like the storage engine. It's going to be a difficult one. We might test it in the beginning a little bit less unconventionally, or I do use it with it. I write it directly with the test, but that's going to be a difficult one. And if we have the storage engine written, we could start doing real stuff. Or we write the wall mode first, so write ahead log. Because the data from write ahead log should be ending up in a storage engine, and that's also going to be a cool project or a code base to actually write down. So yeah, we are making progress. I really like it. Hopefully next stream we can fix the bus. Might be this week, might be next week, might be in 2 weeks, might be offline, and then I'll show the results later down the line. Again, I might be live today again doing my voxel stuff. Voxels.gg is our Discord server. Feel free to join. Mainly gaming, but if techie people join, I'll definitely create some coding and other stuff channels there to cover that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time.